I found my aunt. I've already made one of her recipes, and I've got another recipe that she had. It's refrigerator rolls. So I've got 4 cups of flour here. I've got a half a cup of warm water and my yeast. And my flour had the salt in it. Okay, that's half a cup of Crisco. And let me get my big spoon. And let's see. Then I got a cup of warm water. This is going to make a bunch. I'm going to make some, put the rest of it in the refrigerator. I hope everybody's doing all right. I've got one in here. I'm going to let this rise about 2 hours after I put them in the pan, and at the end of the video, after it goes live, I will bring it out and video after they get done. But this is the main part right here. They got a little more water. I've got the oven already on. Looks like I'm going to have to use my hands. Yeah, that's better. And I'm going to cook some and then put them in the refrigerator overnight. And that way I can cook me some every day. I put the recipe in the description. My aunt has been dead for 25 years. And her church made a cookbook, and she did put her recipes in it. So I have been making these yeast rolls for a long time. So I'm going to get some of this out. Let me get my hands washed. But my aunt was a wonderful cook. Let me get the freezer paper out. Well, look at that. So I'm going to put some flour down. I've got this sitting on the on top of the stove. It may be ready to video it and add it to the I post a link to it. Alrighty. But my my aunt's name was Eunice Shoemaker, and she went to church at the First Christian Church across from Hardy's. Okay. But I've got a pan here. Let me get that out. But my great aunt was a wonderful cook. All right, I'm going to cover these up and let them rise. And when I get through, good evening. How are y'all doing? There's not 2 people in here now. I'm just going to make a baby one here. But I got 5. Okay. Alrighty. Put this over here. And I am going to get it. Oh, it's sitting up here on top of the stove. It'll be warm. Now let them rise. About an hour, I will make another video and put it in the description of this one. That way y'all can see what it looks like. Alrighty. I hope y'all I'll be back in about an hour or more. But this will be live here. And I'll talk to you a little while. Let me get there. Get fire off here. She calls these for refrigerator rolls. It don't have water. I mean, it don't have milk in it. But I'm gonna take you in here and we're gonna chat for a while. Oh, I love each one of y'all so much. It'd been sitting on top of the warm stove. It'd be about an hour to put them in the oven. We'll talk about an hour, and maybe when they get ready to go in the oven, I won't have to make 2 videos. Oh, me. But I love each one of y'all so much. And all right, yeah, I've got 2 people in here. I've been going 11 minutes. So we'll talk about an hour, and maybe they'll be ready to go in the oven. If you, it's after 5 o'clock here in the middle of Tennessee. So a little after 6 o'clock, I'll put them in the oven. But they ought to rise fast, sitting on top of that warm oven. I've had the oven on for a little while. But I just wish everyone is having a wonderful day and had a wonderful weekend. It's cold down here. It was 31 degrees a while ago. I had to turn the heat back up. But we're going to have a cold snap before spring gets here. So spring is March the 20th. That's my birthday. That's the day the spring starts. So I love each one of y'all. Y'all are just my extended family. I washed my face and put my makeup on and fluffed up my hair. I got a permanent here a few weeks ago, and I go to the beauty shop every Wednesday and get my hair fixed. Get my hair fixed. I broke my shoulder that 10 years ago, and I can't reach my up no further than this, so I can't get up there and roll up my hair. So I have to go to the beauty shop every Wednesday to get my hair fixed. But I went to the doctor the other day, and my health was good. My blood pressure was way up, but my blood work was even better than it was before. And I'll be 85 years old next month. So, but I love each one of y'all with all my heart, and I thank y'all so much for being my YouTube channel. And we moved around a lot when I was growing up. My daddy was an electrician, and he worked out of the Union Hall in Chattanooga. He worked for Duck River here in town, and he got with at the Union Hall, and so they sent him everywhere. One year, me and my brother was in 7 schools, and first we went to South Carolina when I was 10 years old, and my brother was 5 years old. And then we went to Oak Ridge, and Daddy worked up there for a while. And then the Union Hall in Chattanooga sent him to Illinois. And we got to Illinois, and we thought we was in the right town, and Daddy had parked. We had a trailer, and he pulled everywhere. He parked a trailer in a trailer park on Sunday and blocked it up and everything. He went to the job site up there. We had missed it about 15, 20 miles. So my daddy had to unblock the trailer, and we moved on up the road. And after that, we went to Ohio and worked up there for a while. Then we went to close to Baltimore, Maryland, and he worked down there for a while. And then they sent him to New York. He worked in New York City, and he parked the trailer in Bayonne, Moonachie, New Jersey. And after moving the trailer up to Bayonne, New Jersey, and we had a 37-foot, and my brother and I were getting older. We had bunk beds. So trailer parks up there was hard to find with a big 50-foot trailer, and it seemed like a mansion after living in a 37-foot. And Daddy went to trailer sales and picked out a 50-foot trailer. And he told that man, says, if you can find me a place to park this trailer, long trailer, says, I'll buy it. They found a place in Moonachie, New Jersey. We were up there 4 years. And one of the jobs that my daddy had was rewiring Radio City Music Hall. My daddy was a smart man. He had a 6th grade education. He had more sense than some people. My daddy was a smart man. He fought in World War II. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge over in Germany. But I was proud of my father. And when him and my mother got married in 1938, my mama was going to get her a job. My daddy says, you're not either, so I'll make the money and you stay home and take care of everything else. And that's the way it was. And Mama said she wished he'd got out and worked. But Mama stayed home and raised me and my brother. I love my daddy. It broke my heart when he passed away. But you know, that goes, he died in 1988. My mother died in 1999. And that was the hardest thing I ever went to. I miss my parents. But you know, they had me in church all the time. No matter where we went to church. But we moved to Rockaway Beach, just across the river from New York City when we first got there. And they didn't have no Baptist churches over there. All they had was Catholic. And so we came after we had to get an apartment when we went up there. And after we found out we was going to be there for several years, we came home and got the trailer and moved it back to Bayonne, New Jersey. And it we had 2 or 3 spots away from the river up there in Bayonne. And it was a small trailer park, and it wasn't big enough to hold a 50-foot trailer, and that's the reason we had to move to Moonachie. And they had 188 trailer spaces on there. We was number 888. We was on the back row. And me and my brother went to school in Woodridge, New Jersey, and it was just up the road from where we was at. So I thank you so for coming back. I love y'all so much. Y'all are our extended family. I love each one of you and I hadn't met you. But y'all are my extended family. And you just been a blessing to me. You really have been a blessing to me. You just don't know. All of my children are grown. My youngest one is 59. My oldest one is 65. We're 65 in March, next month. And then my other one is 62. She'll be 63 in July. And then my son was born. He was 6 years old when my oldest daughter was in grade school. So I had all my children in 5 years. So but I went to work when I got married, and I was expecting a baby about a month after we married. And I worked at Pencil Mill, which I retired from there when I was at 62. And I never was afraid of work. Then my husband was a machinist, and we moved around a lot. We went to between Dallas and Fort Worth. We were just about 12 miles from where Kennedy got shot. we were out there and at that time, and we would, after it was over with, and later we went up to where he got shot, made pictures of it long after that. When my mom and daddy came out to visit us, we went up there and took pictures of us standing where he got shot. But you know, it just, I love the Lord. I was a Christian since I was 13 years old. So I've got 3 in here now. Bless y'all's heart. Thank you so much for coming in. I love each one of y'all so much. I've never seen it. Okay, am I okay now? Well, thank you so much for telling me that. That has happened on 1 or 2 of my videos, and I didn't know it. But I let it go, and okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Edward. Thank you so much. Thank you, Edward. And yeah, but Hurt Tube, thank you for telling me that, because I would have never known it. So, where was I? And anyway, I went to work at Walmart after I retired, and but I spent 48 years working. I worked in Nashville when my husband worked down there. I worked at Aladdin Electronics. That's when I had my last babies, when I was working there. And then my husband went to work at Tullahoma. I had to leave. I think I left before the baby was born. But I thank y'all so much. Yeah, but thank y'all. Thank you for being here. God bless each one of you. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. So I just, but like I said, I've never seen a stranger. So thank you for coming back, whoever you are. I've never had Kurt Tube but Edward on here before. Okay. I'm glad you told me that, Kurt Tube. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I've done that before. Forgot it. But I've had my YouTube channel for 9 years and getting close to where I can make money. I've got to get my watch time hours up. So, so I just, but I enjoy my YouTube channel. I love watching, letting people know what I do. I was going to quilt this last year, but my arthritis in my legs and feet, I couldn't walk. I was in the I had to get the ambulance come get me, take me to the hospital, and they done therapy on me to get me to walking, and then they sent me to a nursing home, and I was in the nursing home for 2 or 3 weeks, and then when I got out, I had trouble with my stomach hurting, so they put me back in the hospital. They got me finally straightened out, so I wasn't able to quilt last year. I didn't feel up to it. But I do now. I've got to get my table set up to. They're already quilted together, and I've got the backing and the bedding. But I didn't quilt it all last year. But you know, I enjoyed quilting, sitting there at the table, quilting and hand sewing that together. You know, backing and the bedding done. I enjoyed that so much. I love to sew anyway. I made a lot of mine and my children's clothes when we was growing up. I stayed busy in the sewing machine and working too, so my kids would have clothes. So I even made my son a sports jacket when he was little, and it looked like he'd bought out of the store. But I love to cook. Sew. My mother could sew better than I could. My mother was a good seamstress, but I was making clothes for myself when I was in school because I had home ec, you know, they had a sewing class and cooking class. But I learned to cook from my mother. Uh, my mother was a good cook. My daddy could cook as good as my mother did. He'd make gravy and it'd be swimming in oil, grease, and it was just as good. Put that on top of a hot biscuit. Oh my goodness, that was so good. So, and now listen, thank you, Edward. All right, I'm glad you can hear now. But that's not the first time I forgot to turn the sound up. But I done one whole video without any sound on it, but I left it, and you know it. The people commented on it, looked at it, and gave me watch time. So I just, but I've got 4 in here now. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Bless your little heart. Y'all are giving me watch time. Bless your heart. I appreciate everyone. I have a kind heart, and I get emotional sometimes because I'm happy. So, my grandfather, my mother's father, yeah, biscuits, gravy, honey, sorghum, bacon. I've done all that. My grandfather had a sorghum mill when I was growing up. He died when I was 5 years old, but I can remember him working in that sorghum mill. He cut the cane, and he had a thing the sorghum cane to run through and get the juice out of it. I can remember that so well. And he had sorghum cans lined up on the front porch. People come miles to buy his molasses. I've got a jar of molasses sitting in there I cook with. I just made here a while back made gingerbread, and I used molasses in it. It turned out real good. It's been a while since I made that, but I've got a jar of molasses still sitting over there, just as good as it was the day I bought it. I just made a video the other day with gravy and biscuit. Uh, oh, bless your heart. That's memories that you'll always have of your grandmother. It's back when we was growing up, my daddy bought 16 acres and he built his own house. We didn't have a bathroom. He had an outhouse. And Mama had 2 wash tubs. She washed it clothes in the rub board. And when she wasn't using that, she put me in that wash tub, and I was still growing up. I was little. I remember her giving me a bath in the wash tub, and my brother was too. But the memories that I had when I growing up, it is so precious. My mom and daddy made me raised me to where I'm at today. So they love me enough to raise me right. And my mama told me one time never to judge anybody. So I pray for people instead of judging. I've been on here 31 minutes. It took me about 10 minutes, so I got another about 30 minutes to talk to y'all. I remember that. Well, both my grandmothers had an outhouse. My daddy's father was a policeman. He's been a policeman ever since I was little. And he finally put a bathroom in the back porch. We went to their house. We was in home heaven, had a bathroom to go before we went out in the cold and rain and everything. But it's just been a blessing. But I'll be 85 years old next month in a few weeks, just about 3 weeks. I was born the 20th of March. So, oh yeah, this house was my mother's. Daddy had the farm when he died, and my mother sold it and bought a house in town. And the house I had that I sold had sheetrock, and it was pretty. And I sold it, and when Mama passed away, I got her house, and my brother got the money. I've been here. Well, Mama died in 1999, so I've been here since 1999. So it just, I was still working at the pencil mill when my mother passed away. So I retired from the pencil mill in 2003. That was the year my brother passed away. My brother had cancer. He was 56 when he passed away. So I felt like an orphan when my brother died. My mom and daddy was gone. My brother was. But I had 3 children and grandchildren. I've got 3 children and 14 great grandchildren. I've got a big family. And they were all good people. I've got the oldest daughter moved to Ohio, and her husband had passed away, and her son, one son lived in Pennsylvania, and the other one lived in Indiana, and she went up there and lived with her son, and she met a man while she was up there, and he's just as nice as he can be. I went up there for the wedding, and I stayed 2 weeks. We went to Niagara Falls when I was up there, and took videos of it. So it's been a while. But like I said, I've had my YouTube channel since I've been retired. I retired in 2016, 2017. And then I took off to Pennsylvania to see them up there. And we went to Niagara Falls. And it was where they lived was in Pennsylvania, right around the corner from Niagara Falls, so we didn't have to drive far. So I want to thank y'all for being here. It's just been a blessing. I had my oldest daughter had hers in her first one. I was still young. I was a young grandmother. I was 40 something years old when she had him. And then she had another one in 2 or 3 years. My granddaughter got married and has got 4 children. My oldest grandson's got 3 girls and a boy. And my daughter's youngest one, he lives in Indiana. He's got 3 children now. Yeah, 3. And my son's got 2. But it's just been a blessing for. I've enjoyed my YouTube channel so much. I have met people, and I love them, and never seen what they look like. And it's what's in your heart that makes a difference. My heart has always loved everyone, but I try to live like God wants me to. And that's a blessing in disguise. So I'm gonna take y'all in there to the stove now and check and see my rolls is rosing. I just cooked part of them, and then my aunt called these refrigerator rolls, and you put them in the refrigerator and let them stay overnight. But I rolled them out and up some of them, and the rest of them put in the refrigerator and take some out every day, and they'll last 3 or 4 days. I've had a big glob of dough, so I can't wait to get it done. So I'm going to take you in there. Maybe they're sitting on the warm stove. They rose yet. I've got the oven on, ready for them to go in the oven. Let me get up from here. I got my phone on. Let me get up from here. Take my computer in there. I still got power on this, and I got it unplugged. But I still got power going on. But look at these rolls. Well, they can go in the oven now. But that's how many I'm cooking. Let that cook for a little while. But I'm going to stay in here with it. I don't want it to burn. Let me get a plate to put on top of this. Oh. Well, I can put tinfoil over that biscuit dough and put it in the refrigerator. I gotta make room in the refrigerator for it. Then I can take some out every day and cook it, so it gets late in a while. But I'll set that back there. So, well, I've got 4 in here now. I don't believe I've ever saw any of y'all in here before. Bless your heart. It's so nice to meet y'all. Bless your heart. I've got 4 in here. I don't know how many I've had all together. But I don't have to wait till tomorrow to make another video. I've enjoyed talking to y'all. Y'all are just absolutely just wonderful. So I've got 4 in here and 2 likes. I thank y'all so much. like I said, y'all are my extended family. So but I love y'all so much. It's just, my heart just goes out to our servicemen and women. My grandson, uh, has, my one grandson retired from the National Guard. He's out now. And I had another grandson go in and stayed 8 years, and he hurt his back, and he got a had to get a discharge. He couldn't do what he needed to do. But I'm proud of our military. My brother was in Vietnam when uh, the war was going over there. He come back unharmed, but God protected him. I love each one of y'all so much. Let me get this up here. Oh, let me check my Facebook. Somebody said something. No. Okay. No, that's not it. There it is. There you are. I checked my Facebook. I've got three still in here. You was Navy. My brother was Navy too. He retired. He was in there for 21 years, I think. He made a career out of it. I got five in here now. Thank you so much. Bless y'all's heart. I tell you what, I love each one of y'all. I just wished I had a big enough kitchen. I'd invite y'all over to cook. I love to cook. But when all my family comes, I'm a busy person. And the ones up north don't come home that often. Uh, my daughter's had heart trouble since her children are, and she's been in and out of the hospital. Y'all just pray for her. But the doctors is changed her medicine, and she's doing better. She don't have to go back to them for several months. So y'all just keep her in your prayers. But she had a heart attack when her children were small. But she's had that trouble for a long time. So I am. Let's see. Let me check my biscuits. I used a small cutter, the smallest cutter I had, and I may fix me some butter, fry me some sausage or whatever, and put some of that butter and molasses on them rolls when I get through, and I can snack on them. That'll be my supper. So, Al, amen. Thank you, her. But God's kept her alive. She'll be 65. She'll be 65 next month. She keeps on. She'd be as old as I am. But I was 19 when she was born. She was born March the 7th, and I was 20 years old on March the 20th. So I was almost 20 years old when she was born. But I got married just as soon as I got out of high school and went to work. I never have mine working. I wished I could have kept on working. I would have had almost 60 years in. But it was a good thing. And I got out of there before that virus come, and I've stayed home. I've had that virus for twice. First time I got it, and I called the ambulance to come get me. And when I got up to open the door when they got here, unlocked the door, I almost passed out. They had to get the wheelchair and bring it up the steps to get me in the ambulance, and they had to take me down the steps for being in that wheelchair because I couldn't walk. But I was so sick. But like I said, I nearly passed out. I was in the hospital for a while, and they gave me the medicine. I got over it, and then like the next year I got it again. But I just went to the doctor, and they gave me some medicine. And I was feeling better in a few days. But the first time I thought I was going to die. And man, I used to go to church with him and his wife. I went to church with him, and he got that virus and died from it. Uh, and I felt so sorry for his wife and children. So a lot of people died from that virus. But the Lord kept me alive for a reason. But I do a lot of witnessing on Facebook, and I enjoy sharing my faith. That's what we're supposed to do. So let me look again. Let me get me a pot holder. They're not hardly done. They'll stay on here to get through. I've got 4 people here. I've got 50 minutes, almost 46 minutes live streaming. But it takes about an hour for them to rise and then get done too. So, but y'all are just absolutely wonderful people. I ain't never seen any of y'all before this one. So, but thank you for being here. Y'all are just wonderful. I love each one of y'all. Everybody that on my YouTube channel. I've got 2,600 and something people subscribers, and I love each one of them. You feel so hard. Yeah. Hello, Carson. So. Not right now. Not during my live stream. Not right now. So it was not hardly. I had to put them back in there. They were still soft. They're perfect. So I love each one of y'all so much. I've got 3 thumbs up, and I don't know how many people I've had come in and out, but I worship. I mean, I love each one of y'all so much. Y'all are just a good. Y'all's just wonderful people. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And if you like my videos, just like, share, and subscribe. And these big rolls will be ready in just a little bit. So they're not hardly done. But I've been on here 50 minutes. And I'm going to end this stream. And y'all have a blessed day. And have a wonderful week. And God bless each one of you so much. And y'all, it's cold down here in Middle Tennessee. It's 31 degrees while low. I had to turn my heat back up. If you like my videos, just like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell when you want to be notified when I get another video coming out. Thank you so much.